Welcome, everybody, to yet another goddamn horror podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Ryan Danley, coming to you from very dark Portland, Oregon. We're in a dark time of year where people, like in the summer, it stays like you can play golf at like 9:30 at night. Not that I play golf, but you could, you know what I mean, or frisbee, and I don't play frisbee either. I do live in Portland, so there is a lot of that frisbee golf, and
Portland,
I know that it's called.
Portland's an ultimate frisbee town.
And you know what's funny is I know that they don't call it frisbee golf; they call it disc golf. But I just go ahead and call it frisbee golf because
Frolf, they love that.
yeah, because that's the kind of asshole I am. I'm quitting the podcast, guys.
Oh yeah,
Become a
what about
Frolf
it?
player.
A froth player.
I'm quitting the
He
podcast.
picked it right now.
I have been walking around downtown Portland in the hazy fall, late fall, early winter mist, listening to like boozy after hours jazz, like New Yorkie style sort of thing. And now I'm just going to start creating little videos based on that and quitting the podcast. So
Honestly, if that's the reason, then kind of good riddance, because that's cool. Like,
Did
it's
you
a cool reason to
start
quit it.
smoking weed?
No, I didn't start smoking weed. I didn't start. I just like
It is a very
like you
weedy
throw on
thing.
some like boozy after like, some Chet Baker or some shit, and it's all like, you know, you get that like I'm on this thing to start selling Portland to people as sort of like a with a New York vibe. You know what I mean? Like because it is, if you've never been to Portland, there is an energy here that is unmistakable while you're here, and you know they sell Portland as this goofy town. I will tell you right now, it is not truly a goofy town. People can be goofy here. People come here to be goofy, and that is acceptable here because truly Portland is a town with a freedom mentality. Like, people like just do whatever the fuck you want. Like,
Dude,
somebody riding by, like I saw for years the Unipiper guy. That guy's been around in this town forever. And like, I didn't even like when he got famous, I was like, oh, it's that fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like something you would like register here. So that does exist here, but Portland is a town. So I'm going to start just like making like boozy after hours videos. And I don't even know if I'll post them, but I'm just going to sit and enjoy them. And that's going to take up my podcasting time. So this is the last one, guys. So,
Can I request that you make them in the Shanghai tunnels? That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will go.
Yes.
Yes, you absolutely can.
make use of those fucking tunnels at this point.
Well, I mean, I think we should start Shanghaiing people again. I don't know. Is Shanghai right? I mean, like, I just want to, I don't want to take them to like work on the boats like they used to. I want to take them to like clean my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like drunk. I'll get drunk.
Hecklers. Shanghai the hecklers at a comedy
Shanghai the
show.
hecklers, and rip them through, and then bring them up to North Portland and have them clean my home.
If somebody yells at me, I want crowd work, you're going in the fucking tunnels. Like, that's what
Right.
it
Right,
is.
exactly. If people don't know about the Shanghai tunnels, there are series of tunnels underneath Portland, which you can tour, and they're supposedly very haunted, and they are very creepy when you see them. But there's little glass things on the sidewalk all over that are like their skylights, and they are tunnels that go all the way under the city. And back in the day, in the early 1900s, or I don't even know when they did it. If you got too drunk, you might be shanghaied, which is they would get you and take you, and you would pass out, and then you would wake up on a fishing boat and have to work your way back. So that is a very real thing. It feels racist though, now that I'm saying it out loud.
When you say it like that, it's kind of
wait a second. Is that, you know? But I mean, but they are called the Shanghai tunnels.
Yeah, because they would drop these poor sailors off in Shanghai. Basically, it was like, hey, you're
Right.
on my ship now. Either you worked for me for free or you're a stowaway, walk the plank. And then if they actually survived the trip, they'd drop them off in Shanghai and say, okay, bye.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, it's an amazing story. Portland is, and that's what I'm talking about. That's real Portland. Like what you saw in Portlandia and what you see on the news and what you see in Trump and all that shit is all Portland's a dirty, fucking scary little town.
Ryan, you need to shut up for a second, because there is a cat in frame, and we gotta say tell your cat we say hi.
Yes.
There is. Hey, girl, there she
We
is.
love cats.
This is
That's-
a pro cat.
That's
and
her name?
podcast. Yeah.
Figaro, like Pinocchio. She's my little familiar. She's my cat distribution system. I'm the victim. She just
Yeah.
showed up one day and moved in.
Yep.
Love
Yeah,
it.
I love the.
I'm gonna go right into introducing our guest because now we have cat
Ryan
cameo
tells some
appearance.
weird, dumb Portland story, and I don't get to tell I got stuck in a slide.
Actually,
on
no, that is true.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, you know what?
No,
Samantha,
no.
I'm sorry. No, we gotta wait because this actually is a dope story and it's hilarious to me. Graham,
all right.
I want you to
For
tell
Thanksgiving,
your
I
story.
went to Stanford. My brother and my nephew and my cousin and I went to a playground near my uncle's house. And I take care of kids. I go to playgrounds all the time. They're not built for me. This was giant. This had a huge tube from a crow's nest. And it was
I saw
amazing.
it. It actually very much looked adult
And
size.
it had a zip line, a swing zip line around the entire outer side of the whole thing. And it got going really fast. Anyway, I was like, this is perfect for me. So I climbed up to the top of the crow's nest, jumped in feet first as fast as I could into the tube, caught my sneakers on the wall, and folded myself up into a ball upside down in the tube.
Oh.
And for a split second was like, I'm going to get cut out of a tube by the firemen on Thanksgiving. This is exactly what I wanted to do. So I slid out of that upside down, and then I was like, that was crazy and hurt. And then I limped for a little bit. And then I got on the swing. I was like, this should be fine. And I whipped around that as fast as I could. And I came into the end swinging and just swung right into the rail on the side coming into the landing, and fucked up my left leg. And that was pretty fun. Anyway, it was really funny. My nephew was terrified of slides now. And my brother and cousin were like, yeah, that tracks. So that was, and then I got a Blair Witch tattoo.
Oh, cool.
Hey!
Right there.
You did.
Amazing.
Oh, look at
See it.
that. That
It's
looks
it's a
great.
cool tattoo.
There, that's yeah.
Oh, I just found a copy of Blair Witch on VHS at a flea market, and I've never been
Wow.
more proud of myself.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Yes.
a good find.
That's
Yeah.
a really
By the
good
way,
find.
the voice that you guys are hearing is our guest today, and she's fantastic. She is a stand-up comic. She's a writer, and as you're going to find out in the show, she is a horror nerd. Thank you, Samantha Hale, for being on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me. I always love when I'm like, oh, these are my people.
It is us.
Horror comics.
Thank you for
unite.
letting me tell that story.
It's a great story.
Oh, that would be they could make a scary movie out of that for sure, and just call
Yeah,
it
totally.
The Slide.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Legit.
scared of I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I'm old and I don't stretch a lot, so like it was a lot of like pain and scariness
Oof.
in like a second, and I got myself out. It was hysterical, but anyway, yeah.
I'm
I
personally
also
fat enough that every slide to me is that slide. So like I just don't like,
Got, like,
it doesn't even have to
right.
be a tube slide. It can have an open top and I'm still fucked. So I just don't do it.
Oh.
I think the best part about being fat is nobody invites me caving. You know what I mean? Like just for this reason. You know what I mean? Nobody's like, hey, you should come cave, because then I would like feel like, okay, well, because I'm like to do things. You know what I mean? And then I went caving once and it was awful, like an awful experience. I'm not like somebody who learns. I don't learn from things. So like I would go again, but like when you're fat, people are like, nah, don't do that. So
Like, you know.
that also saves me from slides. So Samantha,
Horror
you are
nerd.
like,
Just never heard the term caving before. I'm like, is that like that sounds like some S&M stuff.
Spelunking.
Like
I
the
mean, if you
descent
make it to the
cave?
bottom of the cave, it could be a sex cave. They do
Hey.
have those
I mean,
in Portland.
I mean,
They do have
everything's
those.
S&M
Believe that.
if you're not afraid. But it's I've always called it caving. I mean, yeah, it's spelunking, but like where I was from, they call it let's go caving. Yeah, I
Spelunking.
mean that could have multiple.
Okay, to be fair, spelunking does sound way more like a sex
That
thing.
sounds
than
like
caving.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
If you spelunk your partner, they're going to either be really happy or very unimpressed. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you never know.
Last night was pretty good. Then he started spelunking. You know what I mean? Of course, guys, when they can never find the hole, you know. And so, so you are sort of. I love this because you are truly our people. you are kind of cornering the sort of the I'm a stand-up comedian and I love horror. And how does this come about? How does like what is the deal? Like I'm going to
Yeah.
try not to ask a lot of very typical
Editor's note:
questions,
we
but
will not play Seinfeld music
I
when
was
you
like,
say
what's
what's the
the
deal.
deal with
what's the deal?
raisins?
Well,
What's the
really,
deal with
I watched
picking up teenagers at the park? But
I
it's
watched Horror Nerd
Oh,
last
Jerry.
night, and I
Jerry.
listened to it today, and it's
Oh, yay.
fabulous.
Thank you.
It is great. You hit on a lot of really like, and it's not just like there's a lot of comics that will just like throw out either something way too obscure to like
Yeah.
try to like one up, I guess, other comics or like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know who, but or they don't really get horror.
Right.
They'll throw it in and they'll kind of make fun of it, like I think a lot of Hollywood did for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shit on horror. So it was really nice. It was rad to see someone who you could tell truly loved it.
Yeah, and I love that you say rad. I say it all the time, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
look right now. I look like I walked out of 1996, and I'm
yeah,
okay
yeah,
with it.
me
We
too.
love it.
I think we all got off the bus in like '96. You know what I
Very
mean? Like
that.
it was a goddamn good year. You know what I mean?
Very
Like,
that we're the new craft. We get
right,
off the bus. We are the weirdos,
exactly,
Mister.
exactly.
Yeah. So horror, like, okay, so I mean, I've been doing comedy for a minute now, like maybe 15 or so years. And I have bits, like I know a lot of comics who have bits on horror, and it's amazing. The only two comics really that I've seen like regularly who like dive balls deep into horror are my friend Dana Gould. I love Dana so much. I saw him, he did Horror Nerd. We run it once a month at the Hollywood Improv. That's where we started it. We started it
Nice.
at the Improv 4 years ago. And honestly, I thought it would be like a one and done. Maybe we'll do it for Halloween. And we've been doing it monthly for 4 years now, which is pretty amazing. But I saw Dana do like a 15-minute chunk just on Dracula, like right behind me, Bela Lugosi's and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Patton Oswalt has a lot of really good stuff. But there's a lot of comics who have like a joke or two. And how it all kind of started really, so in the pandemic, right? Like we were bored out of our minds, especially here in Los Angeles. I couldn't work for like 2 years. I mean, we were doing backyard shows and parking lots and wherever we could.
Same in New
But
York. Yeah.
yeah, you do what you got to do to keep from like rusting out and losing your mind. Zoom comedy was a thing.
Yeah,
I don't. I refuse. I refuse to acknowledge it was a thing.
It was
happened, but like
I think I
but
watched two, and one of them was Ryan's.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had just
I,
started the podcast.
you know,
I was trying to be
I-
a good podcast friend. I would
yeah,
do it again.
we did. I did. There was some like Zoom comedy shows I did, and I
Yeah.
did work with like, but I did get to the point where, a friend of the show, Derek Sheenan, we were on a Zoom comedy show together, and we were messaging back and forth in the background, and I was like, I just don't think I'm ever going to be good at this. Derek Sheen's like,
It's a different skill.
why would we be good at this? Like, I
Right.
never want to be good at this. Like, this is
Right.
not something to be good at. Yeah. So, yeah.
Right.
So I get how, like, doing Zoom comedy, you're like, I need to do literally anything else but this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So to like balance out all the horrible Zoom comedy. So the great thing about being in LA is like I'm right up the road. I have so many iconic houses here. I have the Michael Myers house, Laurie Strode house, Child's Play 2. Pasadena is like a mecca. But we have the Nightmare on Elm Street house, the People Under the Stairs house, the Murder
yes.
House from American Horror Story. Like we have some cool locations here. So I was bored. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go and spend the day just making jokes about the movie in front of the actual house and just see what I come up with, because I just wanted to see the places and just have take my dog with me, and it was just fun. And so I started posting that, and people were like, oh, what house are you doing next? So it kind of became really just like, oh, I'm building material and it's fun. And a friend of mine, Sarah Taylor, who had a show at the Improv when the world kind of opened up a little bit, she's like, you can pitch to them. They might have space now that the world is kind of reinventing itself in the comedy world. Pitch it. And I said, okay. And I did. And sure enough, they gave me a shot. And I'm so lucky. I mean, they've been so good to me. So yeah, so that's how it started. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have, LA, like it's a lot of some of the lineups where you have more comics doing shorter spots. And also, if I have a bunch of new comics I'm like, are not all of them are horror fans, which I love. Like I remember we had Robbie Hoffman, if you know Robbie, who's so freaking funny. Robbie went up and was like, I don't life is hard enough. I personally don't know why you people watch this shit. It was so funny. There's another cat trying to knock over my computer right now. So sorry in advance.
It's all good.
Yeah, but so and then like I wanted to keep it different every time. So we every month has a different theme. So I went through like all the big genres, you know, paranormal, sci-fi, creature feature, vampires, all the big ones we went through. And then I just kept getting more and more creative and writing on this material. And that's when I thought, you know what? This is going to be my next special. I'm just going to do all horror. And people are like, oh, so you just roast Michael Myers for an hour? I'm like, not really. It's more about my relationship. I tried to make it as personal as possible as opposed to just observational material. Because I mean, you guys could probably agree. Like, I don't know if you got into this when you were way too young, if you had a parent who showed you something when you were too young and it stuck with you your entire life.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, some people would call that like trauma. I had just learned to turn it into a personality.
We're comics, of course we have trauma
yeah,
as required.
Right. I mean, like, no, my mom was a huge horror head, and my dad to a point too. I mean, kind of grew up, I mean, originally from back east, from New England, and then also lived in
Yeah.
Colorado, and so we were big Stephen King people, just because
Yeah.
of so there was a lot of that. Shining was huge. We were big on that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like Scooby-Doo, and like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo is an amazing horror entry point, and
Right.
because it is straight up horror, and yeah, so I know I get it. Like, the first one I ever really remember watching was Night of the Living Scarecrow, with you know which one I'm talking about,
Deep
with
cut.
yeah, with the dude who played Benny on L.A. Law. He plays like a a special needs person, really. Like, and they think he killed a kid, and then he hides in a scarecrow, and the local rednecks kill him, and then he comes back, I've through my life, that became like I saw that shit, and I was like, this is amazing. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, this is
Yeah.
like what? Yeah, this is rules.
Yeah, I was like, Barbie sucks. Morticia Adams is it for me. Like Elvira. And I remember, like, I used to really love The Witches with Angelica Houston
God,
and
yes.
Return to
Yeah.
Oz, which was Fairuza
Yeah.
Balk. Like, I rewatched it as an adult. I'm like, this shit was creepy. I was a weird little
Fucking
kid.
dark.
Oh, this was dark. The Wheelers and the witch with the different heads. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop. But I loved it. I knew every word to The Witches. I could recite the whole thing.
The one that always gets me is I watched Gremlins very
Oh,
young,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
rewatching it as an adult, it's dark as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Phoebe Cates' whole speech about her father, which takes up
Super
a big dark chunk of the movie in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
So,
it's all
just
worth
real quick.
it to watch the neighbor lady get killed, though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
She's the Flo or whatever from the Alice's Diner or whatever that show was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Mel's Diner, Alice in that show. I can't remember, but she's
I
Flo
believe
from
it was
that.
Alice,
She sucks in that movie. She wants to kill the dog. She's a shitty landlord, and they kill her. And I'm like, these are the people I want to kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some,
You're
some
like,
of
this is where
some
this
horror
works.
really matches up with your personality.
Cathartic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
I had a funny upbringing with horror because like the first thing I had ever seen was I think what a lot of people saw with for their first movie, it was The Exorcist. And I kind of just
Oh.
stumbled in and I watched it way too young. And I was like, okay, that's going to give me a lot of weird thoughts at night, but I think I might like where this is going in my life. And then I started going over to my aunt and uncle's house who had one of those cable boxes that was unlocked. So you could just fucking get anything.
Nice.
And that opened the floodgates. But that was a weird situation because they were also like mad religious. So they told me that I couldn't watch the Ninja Turtles movie because they did a seance and it like resurrected Splinter's spirit. And I was like, you have a cable box that I could watch porn on, like porn anytime. And you're just telling me like that. They meditated, dude. That's
Dude.
satanic. I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy. Like,
Oh my God. My like love of my life soul dog, his name was Raphael. Like I have a little, where is he? Where is he? He's got a tattoo.
Oh,
oh
that's
yeah,
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, like because he thought he was a superhero. But yeah, his name was Raphael. I love Ninja Turtles.
it's
I do
great.
too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
My first movie was Poltergeist. My parents had
Oh,
rented
yes.
it and I watched it from behind the couch without them knowing and got away with it. And then I was scared to death and then woke up the next morning and was fine. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of rad. And I think the criminal aspect really, really did it for me too. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. I really love this. And that's actually when you mentioned the Poltergeist house in your
Yeah.
joke, I was like, all right, she gets it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't I really so my parents divorced when I was young. My mom moved out, wound up living in Simi Valley, and I lived there for a while before I realized this is the Poltergeist house. Like we were maybe a block away. I mean, I used to like go walk up to the market, walk right past that street, had no idea. But I grew up with that movie. My two were It and Poltergeist. So those were like the
Yeah.
big ones that I watched with my dad. That Poltergeist, the scene where his face falls off in the bathroom, that messed me up.
The meat,
Yeah, yeah.
the meat
The
with the
meat and the
maggots
meat.
still
Yeah.
fucked me. Like that is
Yeah.
that and the Fangoria cover with Street Trash on it are like my
Oh.
two earliest memories. And the compound fracture in The Fly. There's
Mm.
like
Oh
a
God,
bunch of
yeah.
like scenes that like still resonate with me hard.
Yeah.
And Poltergeist is kind of filled with
Oh,
them. And I
here's the
just
other
fucking
one. Okay,
Oh yeah.
yes.
this is Lily Munster. She's a camera
Oh,
whore. She
I
is like, oh my
love
God, you're
it.
trying to do something? Let me in. She's a
Oh,
Yeah.
little.
she's
They're
great.
crazy people. They're crazy people. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
love.
I
yeah.
love
I
it.
have
I
two
love
cats.
them.
I have little Freddie Furiosa,
Oh,
and
cute.
yeah, she's my little cuddler, and then Mad Max, who's up there sleeping.
Oh, cute. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
They do well in pairs. But I
Yeah.
really think like the tabby, if you can see that, oh, that's good. It's
Oh yeah.
The tabby,
Nice.
she really just like appeared out of nowhere when I needed her. I was so heartbroken over my dog passing. Like a whole year had gone by and I was still just messed up. And this cat just showed up. And I really do. I mean, I don't know if it's a witchy thing, but like you do have a familiar. And this crazy tabby, I
No,
think is
yeah.
mine.
Yo, my family had a cat show up. We lived on a farm in Vermont. A cat showed up on our farm on Halloween. A black cat
No way.
stayed with us for a year and then disappeared on Halloween. The next
What?
Halloween.
No effing way.
Yeah,
That's
that was
amazing.
really and like it's still kind of freaks me out.
Oh my God. It was Binks. It was Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
the
it
witches
was.
got burned. And then he went back to Emily, his sister.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it
it
was
was
so.
Binks.
I like to think he goes every Halloween to a different house and like makes everybody happy and then bounces.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
he's
so
just, he
cool.
just shows up and he's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, bro, like we're cool, right? Like,
He's
he's
the
like,
void cat
we
Halloween
need a
spirit.
year to.
Yeah. Yeah. But back to Poltergeist for a second though. Like my
Yes.
goal, what I would love to do more than anything is I've been talking to Rachel who owns the house now, and she's so nice. She's super lovely. She's the last two shows that I've done, she's wanted to come and then like had a scheduling thing and couldn't come. But my evil plan is for her to come to the show, see how amazing it is, and that one day, fingers crossed, I get to do the show in the backyard around the pool. Like that would be
Fuck yes.
Oh my
that's my
God, that
evil
would be-
goal. And
That's
one
a
day,
good one.
one day. But can you imagine? I feel like if we advertise that, like people would freaking
People
fly
would
in
show.
for
In a
that.
Yeah,
heartbeat.
100%.
In a
Right?
heartbeat.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Oh.
You could the tickets you could sell for that. Like if people could come and like and do that, and maybe you could actually get one of those real corpses. You know what I mean? Like
No
I,
big
never
deal.
I may or may not have a couple. So clearly you started out just being a comedian. Did you always have, you know what I mean? And so you decided to meld this into your deal. Do you find it hard to like not talk about horror now that, because I mean like a
Yes.
horror focused crowd, it's got to be like, so I have horror comedy bits, you know what I mean? And the problem is that you end up with like crowds that like Graham was saying earlier, it's real easy to start like
A fight.
or like
Uh-huh.
slipping down a slope where people don't understand.
Too
You know what I
niche.
mean? Like
Yeah.
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 too niche. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I have some I know what you did last summer. uh, jokes, where, I don't really remember ever what I did last summer, so I'm glad they're calling, you know what I mean? So like, I
That's
mean,
funny
so
in and of itself.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
but you have to be careful because some people I look and they're like, I don't know if they've ever seen the movie. So
Yeah.
how do you balance that as a
Yeah,
comedian?
that's a really good question. So for the special itself, I think we went through 11 drafts before we found the happy medium of how do we appeal to like the hardcore like us, but how
Right,
do we also make it interesting for someone who might be like, oh, I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling spooky. It's October. What's
right,
this? To make sure that they could follow along as well. So we had to really make sure that in the setup we gave them the information they needed.
right.
Like my bit about like meeting people at Monster Palooza, I would assume that most people might not know what a horror convention is or how it works. So you had
For
to
Yeah.
sure.
break that down for him. But I mean, Tom, the great thing is, so my friend Tom Dolby, who directed it, who knocked it out of the park, he was a really good balance for me because he likes horror for sure, but he's not like, like hardcore about it. So he was a really good voice of balance of, I don't know if they're gonna know what that is. And we got into it a couple times. I'm like, but I love this so much. She's like, Samantha, let's find. So I think we found a really good balance there, and it took a while to do.
Yeah, I
But
think you did, and it's got to be so hard.
it is. It is. And especially now that, like, so I don't know. I mean, you guys probably get bored of your own material every now and then, I would
Sure.
imagine. I
As
got to
soon
the
as I'm
point.
done writing it, I'm like, I should write a new one. Like,
Exactly. But so I just kind of was like, well, shit, I've done the dating and the family and the this. Okay, what next? And I just really love writing this stuff, the horror material. So I have a lot of it now, obviously. So I have to, like, I don't know, if I write like a new 5 minutes on every theme, I maybe keep one joke that I try to present, like I'll put in my normal set. But you know how it is. You have to go feel the crowd out and see if they're gonna, like, I'll do like a real popular franchise joke and see if they bite. And if they stare at me like I'm a weirdo, I might move on. But if sometimes, you never know, sometimes they're pleasantly into it. But there was this one time where I saw this girl wearing like a really badass Jason Voorhees hoodie. Like it looked expensive. And so in my mind, I'm like, dope, I can do my Jason stuff. Maybe I'll do my Kane Hodder joke. And I said, oh, hey, are you a big Friday the 13th fan? She said, no. And looked like I was the asshole. I'm like, you're wearing the hoodie.
All of a
it's
sudden
an
you're into
expensive
the
one.
all of a sudden you're like into the well, name your, if you're wearing that, you need to like, what's your three favorite kills? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
God,
Like
yeah.
name
Yeah.
three kills.
Yeah.
Like what
No,
douchebag dudes do to girls wearing any
Nirvana shirts or whatever. Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Any
Nirvana
music.
shirt is just a shirt from Target now. They don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, dude.
Right, exactly.
I bet
Like,
you if you were to say, hey, the Dave Grohl was in Nirvana, they'd say, what?
what?
This
The
is
what?
me.
Yeah.
They're like, he looks just like the guy from the Foo Fighters.
I know, crazy.
Asher is definitely a Target brand now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so that's got to be fun though, kind of painting those corners though. It's got to be a little fun to
It
talk.
is.
I mean,
I
like,
love when I can get away with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
um,
I have like kind of, I have some jokes like that are they're clean. They're technically clean the way that they're written. And so if I see like an older crowd, if I'm supposed to work clean, I'm like, well, I can do all my 70s horror film because these people, even though they're 70 now, they probably enjoyed those movies when they came out. They'll know what it is.
Yeah.
I know, absolutely.
Lugosi pranking your grandmother would be.
It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, true
they'll
story.
get that. They'll get that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, old people aren't like old people used to be though. Like they're not real old people anymore. I mean, people seem to forget this. Like old ladies used to like fucking, bake pies and dance to
Crochet.
Charleston and crochet and shit. You know what I mean? And now they're like, people get like gangbanged at fucking Woodstock. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
it's
totally.
like it's a whole different fucking program.
Totally.
You know,
They're
they
the ones
watch
that want
Walking
the dirty
Dead.
stuff.
So you can you know what I mean, so like we could like old people, we got to give them more credit for being like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like, for like, like, yeah, like you're saying, like you watch 70s, like they've definitely watched Rosemary's Baby, they've definitely watched like,
sure.
everybody's watching those films back then, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like they've probably seen a slasher or two, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
And
who
also,
knows?
like, they've also seen the originals of a lot of movies that we've seen that we didn't even know were remakes. Like The Fly
Right.
and like
Right.
stuff like that.
Blob.
The
Right.
Blob, yeah, shit like
Right.
that. And they've seen like the OGs, or like they'll look at a picture of like Jeffrey Rush and be like, "Oh, that looks like Vincent Price," but they like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
know that like for real looks like Vincent Price.
Right. Right.
You cannot underestimate the horror knowledge of the elderly in our world. They fucking know a lot more
Yeah.
than us half the time about that
Yeah.
stuff.
And to think like how cool would it have been to have seen Jaws in a theater and have never seen anything like that before. I mean, The Exorcist, people were like barfing in the theater and leaving, and the Catholic Church was getting like a record amount of requests for exorcisms. It was just
Right.
Hmm.
imagine that. I mean, we're so desensitized, especially because I grew up watching this stuff so young. It's like it's really hard to scare me now. And the haunts, like the scare actors, they fucking hate me because I'm like, oh, dude, cool. No, dude, you look great. Like they can't get
Yeah,
me 'cause
like
in my mind, I'm like, no, you look great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Love your
yeah.
prosthetic. That's great. Cool.
This is
But
super cool. I just
yeah, they
react
hate me.
different.
I
I
react
am
different. I'm enjoying you on the inside.
I am on way too many pills. Do not be offended. My milligrams are entirely too high for
Yeah,
you
right?
jumping out at me to have any effect. I don't even really
Right?
know where I am.
a shotgun behind me could give me a jump scare. Don't worry, dude. Like,
Exactly.
what an awesome collection of you really honestly are like you should really just join our podcast, by the way.
Okay.
You could
Done.
just be on
she's
and
in, guys.
because I'm firing both of you and Samantha's
I
This
knew
motherfucker
day
just
was
rejoined the
coming.
podcast,
Yeah,
and now he's like, and now you
Quit,
guys are
yeah,
fired.
you quit.
Samantha, I quit
Well,
every
if
podcast for the record.
if one of you mysteriously gets stuck on a slide and I have to replace you, then I don't know what's gonna
I'm most
happen.
likely to get stuck.
It's got to be fun too to get it because so many comedians, and we talk about this a bit on the show because we do have comics on, and so many comedians are horror and comedy just go together. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like, I mean, so it's got to be fun for a lot of comedians who typically go out there kind of like you're talking about and go through like, we all have the jokes that throw the wide net, you know what I mean?
Right.
We're going to talk about relationships, we're going to talk about blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the bread and butter of the thing. And that's what people relate to. And I'm fine with that, but it's got to be fun for other comedians to be on your show,
It
a
is.
for like a Patton Oswalt to come out and who's a tremendous comedian on his own, right?
Yeah.
But to be able to come out and think of guys like Anthony Jeselnik's a huge horror fan, I know, and things like, you know what I mean? They would just love to come out and
Yeah.
just like joke around about horror, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jesselnick is always when people are like, "Who are you really enjoying? Who do you?" And I'm like, "I fucking love Jesselnick. He's so dark, but like
Yeah.
his structure is so tight, and every single word has a place. Like it's
Yeah.
brilliant. I love watching him work. He's so good.
His jokes are so I'm a little bit of a fanboy because his jokes are so because I'm a writer too, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
His jokes have such little fat on them that he actually has to generally say part of them twice because
Right.
because just for the rhythm of the joke, but he doesn't but he refuses to add extra words to elongate for the rhythm of the joke. He just
Right.
says it twice.
Right.
Like I
razor
love my
sharp.
uncle. Love my uncle. You know what I mean? He just has
Yeah.
to say it. You know what I mean? And it's pretty amazing. And
Yeah.
he's a perfect example of somebody, and he does well because it's dark, but he's created the character so well that the darkness
Right.
is sort of like so absurd that it's really
Right.
brilliant.
And you don't
But
and I don't think he's actually an asshole. Like I think he's actually
really
a pretty
not.
solid dude. Yeah. So that's what makes it more fun. Because some people are
Yeah.
just assholes and you're like, okay, well,
sure.
you're up there being a dick. But he if you don't get what he's doing, then you might think, oh, he's so mean, but you've missed it. You've missed it.
right, like
Mhm.
this is a character that he's playing that's like
Yeah.
awful, and that's what makes it funny. I really don't think he's ever thrown a baby down the stairs. You know what I mean?
Right. Like,
No.
He's the type he'll say that kind of stuff, and you're like, instead of being like, "Oh, I don't want to hang out with that dude because he's throwing babies," you're like, "I kind of want to hang out with him to see if
He's
he's
actually
throwing babies." Because if he is,
Like-
it's probably funny anyway. Dude's killing it up here, just talking about it.
Literally
Yeah.
killing it.
Graham is a nanny, by the way. But literally.
Sure.
But it's but like he is. I consider him a horror comic. You know what I mean in general because he has built that sort of thing, and he does sort of thing. And I know that he's a huge horror fan, and big Bret Easton Ellis fan, who's horror. I believe one of the better horror writers ever. But it's got it's cool to hear this, and it's cool to hear that there's an opportunity for that. And I love to hear that Dana Gould, who is really one of the best comedians,
Oh, it's so good. I mean,
he's
the
kind of
cool
like.
thing.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, no, Jinx. No, you go. No, you
Okay,
go.
I was just gonna say, I don't even know where I was going with. So please, I'm gonna, after you. You're the guest.
Just the cool thing, like that, like Dana can do material on my show that he can't do on a regular typical show, where
right.
the people who are in the main room are like, oh, they're tourists or they're from wherever, and they don't expect any of that weird shit. But he can do. I mean, like he's the only one that could talk about like putting his dog down and his dad down at the same time, making it funny. Like it's so dark, but like he's a legit horror fan. I mean, he's brilliant, Actually, I'm really excited because so here's the other thing. Have you guys seen The Mortician on HBO?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I have
the
not.
actual
Yeah.
So me being who I am, typical me, I also run Horror Nerd at the actual Lamb Family Mortuary.
Shit.
Amazing.
Yeah. These two
Fantastic.
girls, they're badass. Allison and Noelle, they went in like a year ago and they turned it into an escape room. And
Shit.
one day, like I pitched them. I said, "Hey, how would you feel? There's literally a casket on stage. It's kind of perfect." They said, "Yeah." And so we've been doing it there, and Dana's doing the show this month, and I have no idea what's going to come out of his mouth. It's going to be great, whatever it is.
That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Like that is how fun is that? Like really, like you're kind of like living my dream. You know what I mean? To be able to like create.
Come
like,
to LA, join me.
Tell horror jokes.
Don't be careful. I'll be put a towel in the bathroom and a blanket on the couch. I'm on my way.
This is like,
I mean, if you saw how many tacos I can eat, LA, I mean, I'm always more of a New York guy, but like somehow it's like I'm.
Well, what if I bring the show to you? What if I go to Portland and we do it up there?
Well,
there it is.
Let's do
Ideas.
it. I will. I'll talk to you more about it. Yeah. It's like literally before you were on, I said to Jonas, "Well, I kind of want to just do this show."
Dude, you crush it.
100%, yeah.
Like I want to just be on this show because it's really incredible. And you have the special out. Where can people find the special? Where's the good place to like look up and watch it?
Yeah, probably the biggies would be Apple TV and Amazon, but it's also YouTube, Google Play, Tubi, a few other ones. If you just Google Samantha Hale Horror Nerd, it'll pop up, and I'm sure it'll be available somewhere. It's on iTunes as well if you want to stream it that way, because some people just like to really listen to it.
Sure.
Yeah, and then like we have my Instagram, I have my page, which is at the Samantha Hale, and then the show's page is at Horror Nerd Comedy. There's tons of clips on there if you just want to get like a little taste, because I still to this day, and it's a valid question, get people, "You're a horror comic. What does that mean?" Which is, I get it, because there's not really anyone committed full time in the way that I am. We're like developing their brand around it, if you will.
Sure.
I just love it. I'm just kind of like, you know what, fuck it. Let's give this a full run and see what I can do with it and how I can grow it. And it's hard. I don't know if you guys produce shows as well, but it's hard, right? So I've spent so much. I feel like Horror Nerd kind of like, I'm like Horror Nerd's assistant at this point. I just show up and like host shit. But my favorite thing though is I love when I have comics on. My favorite thing to see is when I see them do like another show and they bring their Horror Nerd material into their regular set.
Love it.
Because I'm really like drop kicking them out of their comfort zone. I'm like, no, you can't do your old shit. Like I literally threatened them with Loving Death. I said, do not do your regular material and say, you dating scary, huh? Don't do it. I will find you. Do that. Like I need you to legit. I will give them a month's notice. I will give them a list of here's all the movies. And I love having the different perspectives. Some people who are super hardcore about it. Some people who are like, you know what? I have my friend Jeremy, who's wonderful and does every show with me. Not a horror fan at all until he came on board. And so I got to he kept texting. He watched all the Nightmare on Elm Street series in a row, having never seen them before, and he was just like, "Oh my god, this is fabulous, Zsa Zsa Gabor! Wait a minute, why is his mom a nun?" Like, just it was so funny, and it was so Patricia Arquette, yes, like it was really fun for me to get to relive through him seeing these films for the first time. And And the question that I get a lot from the comics is, "Hey, I know this is a little weird, but the answer is yes. The answer is yes. If you're going to do
Sure.
something weird or I don't care, as long as it's horror themed and you have fun, it's literally all I care about." I mean, we have my friend Laurel, who's wonderful and does a lot of sketch and characters. She's doing Gladys from Weapons this month. I don't know what she's going to
Shit.
do, and I don't care.
Yes.
It'll be fabulous.
That's uh, Gladys is an underrated drip queen. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
brilliant.
Like she walks in and everybody's like, "Oh, she looks funny." Hey, I live in Portland, so
Oh,
Yeah.
she's not dressed.
you've seen her. You've seen
Yeah,
her
totally.
around.
Like
She's
she
outside
like
right now. Like
right,
she's just
exactly.
chilling.
Like right, like and but like she like understated in how amazing that she was. If she wasn't into like killing all those children, she would actually probably be pretty dope. You know what I mean? She she's
She
a
seemed cool. She dressed like a real cool 70s chick in New
She
York City.
did.
yeah,
Like,
Right?
yeah.
Also, for a
Um,
woman that's like 400 years old, like she's
She looks
fucking
pretty
doing
good.
great.
Pretty
Yeah,
great.
she's
Yeah.
great.
Exactly. So, well, this is. I mean, we could probably talk to you for 90 hours.
Well, I do have one thing I want to bring up,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
and that is that you didn't like Hereditary.
Oh no. Did we just break up? Did we have our first fight?
Mhm.
Oh no.
No, there,
No,
there,
I, so
it's totally fine. One of our questions a while ago, one of our kill list questions, and we took it off because I got tired of listening to the same answers. But it was hereditary or Midsommar.
Oh. Um, I mean, of the two, I would probably pick Midsommar, but I don't know if I'm like maybe I have to learn to love Ari Aster. Maybe I need to give it. So
He's
Yeah.
trying hard now to get you to stop, I think. But
yeah, with
two
Eddington,
movies,
yeah,
those first two movies, I think are. I'm a Midsommar guy, but I love
yeah,
Hereditary. I think both those
yeah.
movies are absolutely incredible. I definitely don't think any less of you because you didn't like
Thank
it as much
you.
as me or anything.
Oh,
Because
thank
you did
goodness.
bring up you said you liked Halloween Kills,
I
which
loved Halloween Kills, and I
That-
know I'm the minority on that.
so that's my favorite Michael Myers Halloween movie.
Wow, that's a
Fantastic.
bold statement, but
It
I'm
is.
okay with it.
Like it's Michael Myers doing everything I wanted him to do.
Yeah,
Like from after the first movie, I was like, all right, just kill and kill and like
Right.
and he was scary and good and
Yeah.
it just looked great. But
Yeah.
Halloween 3 is my favorite.
I know. Oh,
And that's kind of a like it's like the horror nerds favorite one usually.
Right.
right. Like an actual horror fan when they A, have even seen it,
Yeah.
and when they B, don't say, well, Michael Myers wasn't even in it. Ugh, shut up. Like,
Right,
Shut
up.
yeah.
shut
We
up.
don't
The
get-
movie
it's the-
rules.
It's the
Yeah.
same people who argue about like continuity problems in the Friday the 13th movies.
Right.
Of, like
Yeah.
nobody cares. Like
No.
the second you're worried about that, just quit watching because you're not
Right.
getting it. Like you're not
Right.
getting like we're not like it's like I mean for lack
Right.
of a better thing, it's like porn. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're just watching the kills. Like we just like the
Right.
setup and the kills and like
Yeah.
the real story, the intermixing story.
That's
Yeah.
why you
Like-
can get through so many saws.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Because the story is like, what the fuck by the end?
Right.
But like it's still what you expect. So
Right. Yeah, you know what you're in for. My only grievance really with the Friday the 13th, or just the first one, it still makes me sad, is that when they killed the snake, it was a real snake.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still
right,
get sad about that. And I know
No,
they're like,
fair.
whoopsie, we shouldn't have done that. Our bad. We didn't know.
yeah,
it's
it
a-
was still kind of a
I think
dick
those
move.
early Savini cuts. I mean, because he's fresh out of Nam on that shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta think that
Yeah.
he's been home for like probably 2-3 years before he starts doing that.
Tops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tops. And I don't really think that he was like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that even probably registered in his mind as like, well, I was just in
Yeah.
the shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And you know, took pictures of like the grossest atrocities ever. So yeah, I
True.
know I'm not excusing animal cruelty on film because I don't actually like that myself. Like it's just tacky to me. Like I watch horror for fake
Yeah, that's the
fake,
point.
right? Like
For fun.
I don't need,
For
I
fun.
don't,
I watch murder for fun.
Yeah.
right? Exactly. I'm not.
I'm not real
if-
serious about it.
like
Yeah.
there is real genuine suffering in this world, and I watch
Right.
horror to offset that. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're right,
Exactly.
and so when there's actual like suffering in a horror movie, I'm like, meh.
So yeah.
Like I don't like, like all the cannibal holocaust and all that stuff. I'm like, I
Oh,
just
that
don't.
movie's hard. That's one of the few that I'm like, oh man, I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm
Right.
trying here.
I just don't think you need
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? I don't think we need to
Yeah.
put ourselves through that. And I just think that I just don't think a movie needs that. And I think there's plenty of like really great there's really great experiences in movies that don't actually need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're able
Yeah.
to do it. I just don't think that. So I'm not explaining it away, but I definitely think that Savini, when they were like, "How do we do a snake?" He was probably like, "Why don't we just kill a
Fuck
snake?"
it. Just do
Right,
it.
You
get
know
a
what I
fucking
mean? Like.
snake.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to cost anything. There's going to be one outside. Like,
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I know, right? Yeah.
So like, but yeah, that's
Different time.
it was, yeah, sure.
it was. I mean, it
That's
was. But like, it's funny because like talking about this thing, like I'm an extreme horror junkie. Like I love the like wildest shit that I can find. But like, there's even a line in those where
Yeah.
it's just like, if this is just mean for mean's sake, or if this is just shitty for like just cruel for cruelty's sake, then it's like, well, now this movie sucks. Like,
Right.
even if it's a brutal movie or if it's like a seriously brutal movie, like it has a serious tone or anything, if it's just like a scene that goes on way the fuck too long and it's just cruelty for cruelty's sake, where it's just like, well, we could have made an hour-long movie, but we have to make an hour and 20-minute movie, so let's
What's
extend
the
this
yeah.
terrible scene, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's
I
where I'm just like, nah, unnecessary. Like
I
we don't
think
need that.
to me it's like the Jesselnick thing, right? Like it's like you should be able to create a movie and a thing and know where the boundaries are.
Go to the edge and
Right,
then
and know and create trust with your audience. It's just like comedy. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like you have to
Right.
create before you can start telling jokes, dark jokes, you either have to have a personality that leads to that, like a Justin that like that's famous for that sort of thing, or
Right.
you have to like I have some dark jokes. I have to get them on my side before I start
First
those. That
and
that they
then
know that I'm a good guy. You know what I mean? That I'm not
right.
like, that I'm not some edgelordy
Right.
shitbag. You know what I mean? Like, so when I tell these jokes that they have, that this is coming from a good place. And so they can hear them how
Right.
I intend them to hear. And I think it's like that with those movies. Like, I also write, extreme horror and splatterpunk books. And,
Cool.
the thing with that is that a lot of people try that and they fail because none of this is a race to the bottom. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is a and shout out to Oscar Brady because we were having this conversation the other day, and he said that some of these guys think it's a race to the bottom, and they like, writing the worst shit ever is easy. I mean, we can all think of like the worst things there are. What it is what's hard is what we're talking about here, which is creating the thing where it's good enough
Yeah.
to that, and it's trusted enough to just to be done correctly, because we could all just write the terrible or make
Yeah.
terrible movies or do all of these things, you know what I mean? And so to me it's like about like the real skill in all of this is creating a really dark, if you can create a dark film that has really taboo subjects, or write a really dark book that has really taboo subjects, but you don't leave it feeling like hollow or like I just ate a bunch of jelly beans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that makes sense.
Right, right. Yeah, the one film that's coming to mind now where I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is awful. But then I understood in the second half was I Spit on Your Grave.
Right.
So like that first part, you're like, this is just brutal. This woman's just getting brutalized. What the hell? But then when you realize it's like they wanted you to be so like, no, these guys deserve it. What she's about to do to all of these, you are rooting for her, and and also like sadly, unfortunately, it is highlighting like, hey, this shit happens.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that was a film that I was like, I don't know at first, but then I came around. I was like, oh.
So, yeah, I've
A
actually
lot
come
of people
around.
are that way with that entire genre, that
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
subgenre,
yeah.
where they're just like, They have to
the
step like
revenge films. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they
come.
dip their toes in the pool.
I especially with a lot of the female written ones from the female gays at this point are really awesome. Like Revenge.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Revenge is so good. Talk about having two movies out: The Substance and Revenge. And Caroline, I can't remember. Farjay, thank you,
Yeah.
Farjay. She like talking about like batting like 10,000. Like, I mean, they're both The Substance and Revenge
Incredible.
And
are
very
just
different
grand
too.
slams.
Yeah.
Yeah, love those.
Yeah.
The only dude that I'll give a pass to with Rape Revenge is Abel Ferrara for Miss 45.
Oh yeah.
That's
Miss
I
45
think
is an
that's
incredible movie.
that's one of my favorite movies just in
Okay.
general, and he does an incredible job with the actor. But yeah, for the most part, like Rape Revenge, I'm just like I don't want to see it. I don't really want to hear about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Like I just want the revenge part.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is why
I think that's what's great about.
Bystanders is a great movie. It's very, very little at the beginning, and then it's just killing dudes.
Right. and I think that's what's great about Revenge is that the actual thing is cowardly and stupid and gross and fucking awful, like
Yeah.
like from a freaking coward. You know what I mean? Kind of like it doesn't give it this like there's no glamour to it, and that's what's
Right.
great. And then she can
Right.
just kick their this is like
Go to
Yeah.
town after that.
that third act they had to go get more blood because they ran out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
So good.
She legit had to, like, that's an actual fact. She had to stop production to go get more blood for that finale. And it's just absolutely perfect. And that's also like when we were talking about like with the female led directors, Jennifer Kent did one called The Nightingale, which
Oh, I didn't see
is heart wrenching. It just rips your fucking heart out. But at the same time, it's a phenomenal movie, and it handles that scene in a way where it doesn't make it gratuitous, but it makes it extremely powerful because the only thing you actually see is her face. And the scene is not
Yeah.
long. Like you
Yeah.
just see what it did to her through her facial expression, and then the rest of the movie is just like, oh, they're gonna die. Like it's just like fantastic. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like
cathartic.
yeah.
I want all sorts of revenge movies now, not just assault revenge movies, but I kind of want, like ice revenge movies. I kind of
Ugh,
want,
yes,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I just want to keep, like, I want to, like, get the whole revenge, like, sort of world together and, like, and just
Keep it
pick
on a
certain things.
Freaky Tales vibe.
Dude,
Yes.
La Llorona is like, you know what? I'm gonna leave these kids alone, but you fuckers. She goes after
Yeah.
them instead. Oh, that'd be rad.
Oh, that is
go.
actually really, really incredible. We should just write that.
Let's just do it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just actually working. We're not recording anymore. We're just gonna write that.
Yeah, we're just gonna write this movie now.
That sounds amazing. You are really welcome on this show whenever you want. By the way,
I
Yeah,
really
legit,
would like
any
to
fucking
come back anytime.
Yeah, we could talk for so long about horror. It'd be wonderful.
I know we could.
We haven't even scratched 5 minutes of what your special has, which is like that's a good thing though, because like that
Yeah, people
speaks
need
to
to
that,
see it. It's
well,
really
yeah. And
yeah,
it
the
speaks
special's
to
great. Yeah.
it also speaks to like what kind of a special it is and like the stuff that people are going to go there for. Like people that are into horror that watch your special just like us are just going to be fucking doing like the point at the screen like I fucking totally get that. I know
Yay!
that. And special shout out to specifically one of your jokes for using Keanu Reeves' accent as a fucking punchline. I was just like, oh yeah, Keanu did really try in that one.
Oh, he
really
tried
did.
so
He
hard,
tried.
and we
So
love
bad.
Keanu. Keanu, we love you.
We do.
But like, you're up against Anthony Hopkins, bro. Like that's
Yeah,
hard. That's
it's
hard.
It's hard. And
Oh.
that was like this period of time because if any like everybody's seen that one, but has anybody ever seen his Much Ado About? Is it Much Ado About Nothing?
Yes, with like Denzel Washington.
Yeah, with
and,
that
like,
whole,
these
like,
amazing actors.
that Kenneth
Yeah.
Branagh, what Much
Yeah.
Ado About Nothing. They
Yeah.
like the Michael Keaton, and that is so freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
And but because that guy is a treasure. Can we be honest?
Michael Keaton.
yeah.
Well, like Beetlejuice. So my top three of all time. I'm just gonna say it.
Please.
It's Halloween, The Shining, and Beetlejuice. Those are my top
Mhm.
three. Like I will watch those on a loop, never get bored of it.
Sure.
I've also been to the Stanley in Colorado.
Fuck
Mhm.
I
yeah.
was supposed to do a show there. Like I was literally supposed to do a show at the Stanley, and I had my flights all booked and everything. And at the last minute, what was it? One of the Comedy Works reopened, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't have any competing shows, so we're pulling show." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was
Fuck.
so upset.
Ugh.
And they were supposed
I
to
thought you
comp
were
me a
going to
room
say
and
there was a
everything.
snowstorm.
No, it was right
Probably.
after the world was kind of opening
Yeah,
again. So
yeah.
I don't even know who was
Well, you
headlining, but
you know, if you come to Portland, we should talk
yeah.
to them at Timberline Lodge, which is where the outside sheenings were shot.
I would lose my mind. I finally, I was doing shows at the Reno Laugh Factory, and I came down through Yosemite just so I can go to the Awani Hotel, so I could see the
Oh shit.
interior. It's
You were,
beautiful. The
yeah,
elevators are there and everything.
that's
It's so good.
Awesome.
you're like
You and
living.
Ryan are best friends now.
Yeah,
Just
I
so you
know.
know.
Yeah,
Like,
just so you know,
We're all
we are
best friends.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
now you like you'll be like, oh, who's this person eating sandwiches from my fridge? Sorry,
That's my
I
new
don't.
buddy.
Yeah, I didn't choose this. It just happened.
He
You know,
hangs with the
This
cats.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, right? You be my cat sitter. That'd be so with it. Oh, there she is. See, look, she's
Yeah.
actually
Chilling.
being good job. Oh, she's finally behaving.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always behaving, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
In their own way.
In their
They're
own
doing-
way.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing cat stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think we could literally just
Forever. I know.
forever.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like day 4.
Forever and ever and ever. Am I the Grady twins right now?
Yeah, you are. You are. I'm doing this all for you, Samantha. I'm gonna go Omen.
Call me Damien.
All right,
This
the
is
kill
getting
list.
sexy.
Wait a minute. Wait, but Graham, you
Yeah.
take care of kids though? Oh no, if I'm Damien, it's not gonna end well for you.
Yeah,
It won't.
Oh,
he'll
that
be
is
fine.
true.
He'll
Enjoy the
I'll
time while
hide
you
in the
have it, Graham.
slide.
Yeah, don't go anywhere near a rope. It won't go well.
Nope. It will end poorly.
We're doing the kill list.
Yes.
Kill list.
Yes.
Oh yeah, where is it? All right. Oh, there's so many to pick from on this one because I feel like I know the answers. So we're gonna go with this. First one, Chucky or Pinhead?
Oh, Chucky.
All right.
That hurt though. That hurt a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair.
Dude, I'm
That's
literally, I'm
totally
going
fair.
to really quickly. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but Tom is having this beautiful holiday party. We're really excited. He happens to be neighbors with Jen Tilly, and she's amazing and so sweet, super cool. So he texted me. He was like, "Hey, so Jen's out of town." I'm like, "God," and she's so nice. Like we took pictures. She's like, "Oh, text him to me. Here's my number." I was like, "Okay, I love you. I fucking love you." But Tom
You
just
do a
said,
great Tilly too.
Yeah.
Literally looking at a picture of her
She's-
right here. I'm
"Oh,
like,
she's so good."
Yeah.
But he just told me, he was like, "Yeah, so Don Mancini just RSVP'd." I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" That'd be
me,
so
man.
cool. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually. I don't know. But if I meet him, I will all like have to call all of you because
That dude did something that
Immediately.
is so rare in horror. He took a slasher that was pretty goofy in concept,
yeah,
and it stayed goofy in concept through the TV show and everything. But after the third one, when it was starting to get a little stale, I'd say the third one is like probably my least favorite because the first two are great.
that's
As soon
fair.
as he kicks in with Bride and Seed and Curse and Cult,
In it,
it's incredible storytelling, actually. Like, and
Yeah.
oh, I fucking love it. So
and I
yeah,
love Glenda.
yeah,
Mhm.
when he
Glenda.
did that, like that's an insane thing for. I think I've never seen a director make a turn like that in
Yeah.
their own franchise
Yeah.
and make it better. You know,
Yeah.
So-
the
100%.
the only one that I think has done that or like had the opportunity to do it and pulled it off with one movie only, unfortunately, was Wes Craven, because he did it with Wes Craven's New Nightmare,
I love New Nightmare.
which is
Yeah.
it's number 2 on my list of like all-time favorites
Yeah.
for Nightmare on Elm Street. But like I think if he would have gone farther with that like mindset of being like, no, we're gonna shake up the whole fucking formula with this,
Yeah.
and then using
Yeah.
Freddy as kind of like that catalyst to tell different stories, I think it
Right.
would have been fucking amazing. But like that shift, that he's the only one that I've seen do that kind of shift like Mancini did with Child's
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah, definitely. But I do want to say for Pinhead, though, I think it's one of the most iconic scores of all time. And Christopher Young, who composed it, has been on our podcast, has come to the show. I met him at Midsummer Scream, and he is the sweetest, most dear, wonderful man on the planet. And he's composed these like iconic, like, another film that I think is severely underrated is Deliver Us from Evil. You've seen that one with Eric Bana. He did
Yeah.
like so good. But I think, yeah, the title track of Hellraiser is a beautiful piece of music for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What movie would you remake?
Ah, that. Uh, uh. Okay. This is embarrassing, but I'm gonna say it, and I might stick by it, or I might change my mind. But how fun would it be if they redid Jack Frost? If they did it again, the evil snowman.
That would be
That'd be
so
fucking
good.
awesome.
I don't know
Hell
why I just
yeah.
thought of that. But no, what would I remake? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm like looking at my VHS collection right now. Like, what would I remake? Um, okay, this is a deep cut and it's not horror, but Tim Curry is in it, so it counts. I am obsessed with the movie Congo. Do you guys remember
Oh.
Congo?
Oh
Oh
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
That has
And
Bruce Campbell in
fantastic
it too.
choice.
Yes, exactly. Like and
Ash is in
Ernie
that shit.
Hudson.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that I love that.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
can you
yeah.
imagine if they like redid those evil gorillas like in a new way?
Hmm.
I think that would be phenomenal. I mean, I would hope that they would keep it some sort of practical effect
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
CGI, but I would love to see that movie remade. And I'm surprised it hasn't been done yet. I think it could totally
That
be
is a
remade.
great and wow. I never
What
would have
deep
thought of
cut.
that.
I
Yeah.
It's a
know.
A
fantastic
great one
answer.
too. Yeah.
It's a Michael Crichton book,
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 There's some good horror there already too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that like one of the protagonists is a gorilla, like Amy is
Hmm.
such a great sweet character. And you know, they're just going back to Africa to reunite her with wild gorillas, but then some asshole wants a diamond and then they all get killed. I just spoiled it, but
Yeah.
It's very
Oh my
old.
God.
Yeah, I think
you haven't
I
seen it
think
by
does.
now. I did
Yeah.
a joke about Seven once, like Brad Pitt Seven, about Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the box, and some guy was like, "Spoiler alert!" I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?
No,
That is really
there's
a you
a
problem."
You're the
anymore.
one
I
that
feel
put the
like
head in the box, motherfucker.
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Yeah, if you're going to be really bummed about the head in the box, wait till we tell you about Kevin Spacey.
Like, you better write that down. That's a good joke.
Bummer.
All right. If you could erase one movie from existence, what would it be? And it doesn't have to be horror.
Ah, erase one movie from existence.
Now, I want to chime in here and tell you that you can answer this in one of two ways.
Three
Either
ways.
you could multiple ways, but these are two that I think that would give you kind of a little arrow towards something.
Okay.
Either you can erase something that you just fucking hate and don't think should exist, or maybe you erase something just to see what the chaos effect is going to be after you erase that movie. Because like when Graham picked Scream, it was just
Which
like,
I
oh, fuck.
love Scream. I
Yeah.
absolutely love Scream. All of them too.
You just
Yeah.
wanted to ruffle some feathers.
But I think
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like,
a
what would happen,
huge
you know?
turning point in horror when that
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
It deconstructed slashers in a way that made people think more when making slashers, and like so
Yeah.
I think it did a lot to horror just in general. So I was like, all right, let's see what would happen without it.
That's fair.
Not that I get to, but
That's fair. I will. Okay, I have an answer. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright.
My answer would be I would erase Honora so that Demi Moore could have won because she deserved it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Great answer.
That is beautiful. I hadn't even thought
Yeah.
of that. Like
Thank you.
erase.
Yeah.
Like I'd erase Forrest Gump for a number of reasons, but now that I'm thinking of it, but Shawshank Redemption should have won that year, I think, just because
Oh,
A, it's a
yeah.
Stephen King story, and I thought the performances were amazing,
Yeah.
and like, but Forrest Gump won that year, which like it's just like I'm an anti-Gumper, just because I think
Gumper.
I think the moral of the story is like if you are a woman who doesn't hang out in town and date date like the slow kid, like you're gonna go get beaten by your hippie boyfriend,
And die from
become addicted to
AIDS.
drugs, and then
Yeah.
almost kill yourself and then die of AIDS. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so, I
You get
kind
the
of feel
AIDS, you come back and you're like, Forrest, I got a gift for you.
so I
Not a box of chocolates.
But
Or
it is a
head.
box.
It is a box.
It's so nice having a comic on because we can be
Yeah.
We
like
can
if
be
people knew how
obnoxious.
yeah we usually aren't this actually crude, but like
Right.
it's hard when there's comics because comics
This is what Jordan was saying. You're gonna have fun. He was
Yeah, yeah. This is what we're gonna do.
but yeah like so yeah, erasing Gump from I hadn't even thought of that because I erased all the Rob Zombie movies just 'cause,
Oh
like,
yeah, I love Rob Zombie. I'm a mega zombie fan. I love going to his concerts, especially on an edible. It's amazing. Highly 10 out of 10. But the movies, yeah. I mean, I'm such a Halloween person that I don't know. Like I'm trying to warm up to them, and I want to see his vision and all that. It was too dark and bloody in a way that I'm like, it was just, I don't know. I
they
don't know.
just showed his face and he looked like a Rob Zombie roadie. And
Yeah.
like, and I like, and I'm sorry, you just can't show like they just showed his face like so nonchalantly. There was no like reveal, like even if they had like revealed it. And like,
Yeah.
so I don't
Yeah.
like, so I have some things against Rob Zombie. He did call him and Sherry Moon called and complained and tried to get a skate park by their house shut down because of noise.
What?
Which
Really?
yeah,
Right.
which is just breaks my soul. Like you are a
Oh,
counterculture person, you know what I mean? I also think he's an Al Jurgensen sort of clone. I think, and I'm a big Jurgensen fanatic, and so Jurgensen is the master of disco metal. I mean, that's just the way it is. And but
Disco metal.
well,
Ministry.
that's what industrial is, right? It's disco
It
metal,
is.
right? It's like
Yeah.
a synthy metal.
God, I found some good disco metal this week. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm
will you send me all this disco metal, please?
so that I will tell you though that friend of the show, Spider One, whom is Rob's brother, and like really like his like they grew up
Wait, was
together.
he in Power Man?
He was
Back
the lead
then?
singer.
Yeah,
Power Man.
100%.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen him play. Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
He rules.
his movies are way better than
He's got
Rob's.
3 and a 4th about to come out. Incredible movies.
And he's been on the
Really?
show, and he's also a really great dude. And
Oh my gosh, send me all of this, please.
yeah, he's got a
course.
show. It's on. I think is it on Hulu? Which one is Once Bit or what's it?
Little Bites.
Little
Little
Bites
Bites.
is on Hulu now. Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
Bites
yeah.
is on Hulu, and
Bury the
that is a
Bride
really-
is on Tubi, and can't
Absentia.
remember. Yeah, is on Shutter, I think.
Yeah.
And so but we love Spider One on this, but his brother, I do. But now I'm changing my answer to Gump. Thank you for doing that tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Good
That
shift.
doesn't seem like a change, but anyway. I feel like you've railed against Gump a lot.
I'm anti-Gumper. It's
You are.
Yeah.
That
All
is
right.
funny.
Alien or Aliens?
Aliens. I
Oh,
said
I
easy
love
for
it.
me.
Quickness.
You-
I love
Second,
that.
second.
we are
Quick.
we are the homies. You
Yeah,
are
get away from her, you bitch. That's
Yeah,
the best
exactly.
line
You
ever.
do the first one is a classic and it's more horror, but I enjoy the other one. You were just like, fuck
Fine.
aliens.
Fuck it. No,
Out of
I'm
my
going
way.
full on. And it drives me nuts. We're like, have you seen Alien 2? Stop it. That's not what it's called. It's
No,
Alien.
it's not what it's called. It's not what it's called.
But I have a really cool, I love Veronica Cartwright. She was good friends with my great aunt. And so my great aunt was a script supervisor. And she actually worked on another one of my favorite movies. Her name is Karen Wookie. She worked on Witches of Eastwick.
Oh,
which I love.
shit, yeah.
So, that
So
is such
she
a-
knows Veronica from that. So when she passed away, when I was like maybe 12, Veronica was at like the service, kind of like the party, celebration of life, if you will. And she was so lovely and so nice. And I really think
Oh, that's
she's
really
so
cool.
phenomenal. Yeah,
that's
I
really
love
cool.
her.
Yeah,
That's
that's awesome.
dope.
Yeah.
All right. Basement or attic?
So my instinct would normally be to say attic, but I just got back we were in Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving, and my sweet, lovely, wonderful boyfriend took me home to see his family, and I took him to Penhurst Asylum for a ghost adventure. And
nice.
there is some basements in a couple of those buildings. There was one basement, like I'm a spooky bitch, right? And I love stuff, but there's one room And ironically, they call it the cannibal horse room because somebody spray painted cannibal horse. But there was something so not happy, not cool in that room that I was like, damn, this is the creepiest basement I think I've ever been in my life. And I literally out loud was like, listen, you're gonna stay in there and I'm gonna come out here and you're bye now. Like there was just something really
Yeah.
messed up in that room.
Yeah, and
I
so
love that.
yeah, you're like, I love horror stuff, and then you get to like the real horror. You're like, wait a second,
Yeah. Because
I know,
my
I know horror too. I also
yeah, and I'm not
where
an
not to
idiot.
go.
Yeah, I know, like, why tempt if you know whether or not you believe demons are real or whatever it is, but like if that is the case, why would you tempt fate for
Right.
that? You know, why would you fuck with a Ouija board just in case? But no, like that was the room. They're like the guides don't even go down there. I'm like, interesting. And
Yeah.
I said, well, what's the theory? And they said that they did find like a burn pit, like kind of like a pit where clearly someone was doing something. Someone snuck in. There's a lot of trespassers after it closed.
mhm.
He's like, someone may have tried to summon something's down there, and we do not like it in there. We don't go down in that room.
It
I said,
also sounds like horses may have been eating each other.
maybe that is true, and I love horses. So
Horses are amazing.
yeah, I grew up riding. I'm a horse
I-
girl. I'm a
I
horse
grew up
girl.
on a horse farm.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I
So
can't
jealous.
stand them. No,
Oh,
that's
no.
not true. That's not true. I took care of them. Like my
Oh.
sister and my mom were the horse girls.
Oh, you got stuck
And
shoveling
so I was the
shit.
shovel boy. Yeah.
Oh, see,
the
I didn't
stable
mind
boy.
any of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was fine. It was honestly, it was worth it to fucking live in Vermont. All right,
Yeah.
last one. Favorite
Okay.
kill of all time.
That's so rude.
Okay, I'm gonna
Favorite-
give you a second to think about that one because I change my answer to this
does.
every week.
Yeah.
My answer this week is from Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight,
I love that movie.
and it's Deputy Bob getting the fucking fist through the head.
Oh gosh, I haven't thought about that one in a minute.
Yeah, that one's my
That's
favorite this week.
fun.
That entire movie, every single kill is awesome, but that one specifically because I think it's Billy Zane's best work. And he should be hired to be a villain like that in more movies. But that
Yeah.
specific kill, like the practical effect, the everything, like the fucking the way it was filmed, the way that like everything about it.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic kill. So
Oh,
this week,
that's
that's my
good.
favorite one.
I definitely grew up Tales from the Crypt, and probably a really cool moment for me, and I have it and I use it on my show. I play it. John Kassir recorded like an introduction to the show, you know, and said like, "Welcome your hostess Samantha Hale," like as the Crypt Keeper. And he was so nice. So I'd met him at a convention. We just started talking. And when he found out I was a comic, he's like, "Oh, I did comedy in New York." So we just kind of hit it off because he did stand up as
No
well.
shit.
Yeah, before I got into voiceover, he was doing stand up in New York.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That is really amazing.
Is
I
everyone
didn't
going to give me their kill and then I give you mine?
No, just go ahead and do it. Just
I
go,
just change mine every week.
Jonas just does his every week. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
this week, might have to be. I love when Jason kills the girl in a sleeping bag by throwing her against the tree.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty iconic. I do
Yeah,
love that one.
It's a great one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
It's a like. I mean, it's like sort of like it's oddly like relatable. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's like a weird like sort of like it's like a bag of ice. You know what I mean? Like something like where you
Right?
just kind of have the idea like in your head when you're watching it. You're like, oddly this makes sense, and that's like
Yeah.
the kind of the good thing about like those kills. Like one of my favorite Friday the 13th kills is like I think it's in 5 or maybe 6. Where the guy's like leaning against a tree. He's got his back to a tree, and a leather strap goes across his face.
Yeah,
and they
that's a
start
good one.
twisting it, and there's just like something about that's like so visceral for me.
Yeah.
Like that, like just like twisting something and like it being tight around you is like it just makes like it just speaks and like it's kind of like we're talking about like a race to the bottom. You can't just something has to be like strike something cool in you. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
really understand that, you know, like how that works. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
like
good
that.
one.
You of course destroyed,
Crushed it.
crushed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
We didn't know that was gonna
You
happen.
didn't know I was this cool.
No,
I
I'm
had an
like, oh
idea
God, we
after
have people.
watching the
Yeah,
special.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have people who are so
Just
much
a
cooler than
hint.
us. It's the
Posers.
best. It's
Those posers.
oh God, I'm such a poser. I'm glad I'm glad that word still matters.
Yeah.
Holds weight.
What were you gonna say, Graham?
I
You're
did. I
saying
just.
it
It
holds
holds
weight.
Holds
weight.
weight.
It
Holds
holds
weight,
weight.
holds
Oh,
weight.
Yep.
Poser, rad. Yep.
Yep.
Rad poser. We're we're holding it down here. That 96. Well, it's time for the recommendation part of our show. Jonas, what do you got this week?
Okay, so the first one I'm going to do for physical media, my physical media is first. This one, Triangle.
I love
Ooh.
that movie. Ryan didn't
Fan
like it, did he?
I don't like it. Yeah,
Yeah, I know you don't like it.
I genuinely do not pan movies, specifically movies like that, because like whatever. I don't know. Like a lot of people suggested it to me, like this cool, like indie, and I like a strong female lead and like all these things. It has all of the, and I just didn't enjoy it. Like I figured it out immediately, and then it was just really boring after
It's
that.
one of those
And
movies also that's like a 50-50. People either really like it or they don't. Like it's because of the style of movie that it is too. Because it's like one of those very like, psychological, like mind bender type movies. But if you do figure it out early, like what it is, then the rest of the movie is kind of like meh.
right,
Like
it's
as
like
far
it
as
was
that.
like the psychological mind bending part would have been amazing if. But I just didn't feel like that was happening. I
Right.
just felt like you know what I mean? So I just watched it and like I watched it with a buddy and we were both at the end and we were like, meh. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it
know. Like,
happens.
yeah, it's better than
But
Forrest Gump. But
this is true. That specific edition is from Umbrella Entertainment, which is an Australian company, and it rules. So you should definitely check them out if you're into those, if you're a physical media collector. And then the other one is the Steelbook for Dangerous Animals.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited.
Oh, it's a
No,
great movie.
Fucking love
yeah,
that movie. Oh, I
yeah.
walked away from that movie like, hell yeah, dude. That's what I wanted from I'm a huge shark advocate. I've been cage diving. I love sharks so much.
that's
And
Yeah.
so
awesome.
it's for like sharks not to be exploited as the bad guy was fucking rad.
Yeah,
hmm
Yeah.
And the
Loved it.
dude playing the lead, he was great. The
Jay
just the
Courtney is
tension
his
in
name? Jay?
yeah, yeah.
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 The tension in it was good. It's just like it's a very like for a shark movie too, it's a twist on the shark movie formula, which is
Yeah.
always refreshing. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a good movie. The Steelbook literally just came out, so get it while you can because it's going to be one of those ones that like I think it's a limited edition type thing. And then for streaming, I'm going to recommend from Addison Heath, An American Masquerade, which is it's their first indie horror film they got into. That is streaming actually on YouTube and Tubi, so you can find it on both. Um, and then. Oh, one other streaming recommendation for the holiday season from Tubi. It's Silent Night, but it's from 2012, and it's the one that has Donal Logue in it. And it's just a very like put your mind down at the door and fucking enjoy a Christmas violence splatterfest of a movie. Like Santa has a flamethrower and also like uses a wood chipper on not
Nice.
wood. So like, it's good stuff. Um, and then music, also going to go to Australia, and I'm going to recommend the band Outright from Melbourne, which is a different band from the hardcore band Outright, which is what a lot of other people know as the band name. That band also rules, but the one from Melbourne is female fronted hardcore. Their last album came out in 2022, but I just found out they're making new music coming up in 2026. And their latest album was called Keep You Warm, and it fucking rules. So, that's all I got. Graham, what about you?
All right, for music, I got Big Life, their new record called The Cost of Progress. It's like it's they're from Detroit. They say melodic hardcore, which just sounds like punk to me. But they're influenced by like Dag Nasty, Discord stuff, Husker Du, Black Flag, that early '80s Discord stuff. I fucking love it. It's anti-capitalism and anti-authority and everything. It's fucking great. I've been listening to a lot of Alex Cameron again, for the winter. If you don't know Alex Cameron, he's like an electro synth pop musician, indie musician who does like very like sleazy, like Hollywood showbiz, like hack type music,
Mhm.
but it's really fucking depressing and also amazing and really hooky. And he's got an album called, or he's got a song called Stepdad, which I highly recommend starting with. But he's got a ton of others. His last music, Oxy Music, or last album, Oxy Music, fantastic. So just go check it. He's got 3 or 4 albums out. Anything by Alex Cameron is really great. Um, for movies, Infected, by
Mm.
Sebastian Vanacek. I think you should go back. It came out last year, I think, but it's spiders, it's French, incredible French hip hop, incredible spiders, and the director is the director of the upcoming Evil Dead Burn. So if you like Evil Dead, which I very much do, and you like spider horror, which I very much do, get ready for that by watching Infected. And Physical Media, Tail and All by Ryan Danley. It's about a young lady born with a tail, and it's
Ooh.
splatterpunk and it's vicious, and it's my favorite thing he's done. Ryan
Yeah.
Danley, I think. Just look him up on.
Oh, my best friend. Yeah, I know
Yes,
him.
yeah. She's like, I know him. Like,
Um,
Yeah, that's it.
well, thank you, and thank you for picking that up, Graham.
Of course.
Yeah, no, people think if you're friends with people, they're gonna give you their books for free, and it's actually
No, I gotta buy that
it's
shit.
kind of the opposite. It's like, listen, we're not making any money off of this, so please, buy the goddamn books. It's like, for every $10 you spend, I get two, so it's a thing. No, really, but thank you for picking it up.
I love your work, man. And I'm a completist, so I got Skate or Kill. And so I had to get this one too.
Yeah,
Now I'm just locked in.
Yeah, Tail and All, please mind the trigger warnings at the beginning of both books. They are very
Yeah, they're
serious.
brutal.
They're very brutal. And
He's
you'll
a
be like,
sick
oh,
motherfucker.
what is brutal? But there is a revengey quality to Tail and All specifically that I sometimes make people really bad so I can cathartically kill them in the books. So like that's because I'm dreaming about it. So thank you. Yeah, both Tail and All and Skater Kill are available on the Evil Empire of Amazon. Please go check it out. I'm hoping for 2 books out next year as well. I got a short story book with a theme coming up, and another book.
If that's the one I'm thinking of, I'm really excited for that
Yeah,
one.
it's gonna. There's a theme that I think that people are going to enjoy. My recommendations but really, Graham, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. I really love the book.
My suggestions this week, they do kind of come together. I'm suggesting 3 different bands.
Nice.
I don't usually suggest this much music, but I'm
No.
going to suggest Corpse Pile. Their latest record's really good. They refer to their type of music as hardcore. So
Oh,
I think
fun.
they are kind of a slam death metal band with a real hardcore edge. They even have like a hardcore singer kind of that cut pipes in every so often. So like, and I love that because it gives like a texture. They're very good. I'm really into Corpse Pile. A friend of the show, Sanguisugabog's new record
It's so good.
it's so good. It's like
It's so much better than the second one, too.
yeah, it's like it really is, and I mean I liked both of them, but like it's very very good.
It's
And Cyber
very
Symbiote
good.
are just good dudes, and if you're a horror fan, they are they made their videos with Trauma like right out of the gate. They were like on Century Media, and that's how good they are, and they just really they just they're just good people and a good band. They are super funny, and that energy is what I love in Metal is like that kind of funny, goofy trauma vibe. Like they're a very funny band to do it. And then lastly, I'm gonna really suggest Matt Berry. Matt Berry is the who plays Laszlo on What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm.
You may not people. I don't know how many people know this. He does have a lot of listeners on Spotify, but he is an incredibly. He is. I think him as a character actor is really one of the funniest characters. He plays sort of a similar role and a similar character and everything, but it's so funny and it's so good.
He's
Tinseltown.
incredible. Yo, fucking Dark Place is one of the best things I've ever
Dark Place,
seen.
Dark Place is as brilliant as you could really ever watch, and he makes it. And but he's also like he has a psych rock band, and which I just love. That there's a part of me, even though like I like hip hop and metal and punk and hardcore and all of that stuff, and of course ska. But like I do love psych rock. I think it's great, and he just nails it. He's so talented, and the songs are so good, and like he's really just like an art monster and a treasure, and I really like it. Which brings me to my also my television. I'm not recommending any movies, but I finally so I have this problem where like I get really like I really love characters on a show, and
Mm.
they were going to finish what we do in the shadows, and I started watching the final season, and then I almost couldn't do it because I wasn't really in a great
Oh.
like this is like I'm like such a fan, you know what I mean? And like what we do in the shadows I think is the greatest horror comedy television show of all time. I think it's actually maybe the best horror television show of all time. It's last season's, you know, some episodes are up and down or whatever, but like the performances were always 100,000%. And
Nadia is my queen.
yeah, Natasha Demetrio, she is, I think, probably one of the most talented people out there, and like, and it is amazing. And Matt Berry and Kevin Novak, who plays Laszlo, and of course, Harvey Guillen, who plays Guillermo, and then of course Mark Pross, who plays Colin Robinson. I just think like the skill level on that show is amazing. So I finally just said to myself the other day, you know what, I'm gonna finish it, and I finished it, and I was like, sort of like I felt a way about it. Like I
It's
felt like
bittersweet, right?
yeah, it's bittersweet. Like it was like
Yeah.
I'm glad they're finishing it because you know they've covered a lot of grounds. They even kind of talk about that. It's pretty meta at the end, and you know they're like, oh, we'll make Guillermo a vampire. They're like, yeah, we did that last year. You know what I mean? And it's like, and so like, but I just think that. I'm gonna go rewatch I'm gonna start with a movie. You know, I think like a lot of people when we all watched What We Do in the Shadows, we fucking loved it. It was such a great horror
It
comedy.
was
Like
literally one of the only movies I've watched, and as soon as it ends, I'm like, I just wanted this to keep going. I
exactly.
would watch, and I
It's
literally said, I want a show like
right, and,
this.
and when the show came out, I was like, I knew it was like a different cast, and so like there was like this reluctance in it because like I've always, you know, I've been a fan of the New Zealand guys, and I kind of like, and you know, I just wanted to see more of that, and you know, I mean, and but I think the show's better than the movie, and
Yep.
I think what they did with it is absolutely incredible, and they created their own thing, and they almost created like I mean, it doesn't get talked about enough as it's a modern Munsters or Addams Family. You know, it's basically a family of
Yeah.
people like living together as horror in a horror world, and it's truly funny. They're messing around with gender and sexuality fluidity and like all that stuff is incredibly funny. You know, Harvey Guillen's come out as a you know a really strong voice in LGBTQ and like IA plus and you know so it's I don't know. Anyways, I haven't done enough great things to say about What We Do in the Shadows. I'm gonna go rewatch the entire series now and
That's how
hope.
I feel about when this podcast is going to end, by the way. I
Oh.
and I'm really sad, but it's like bittersweet, you know.
Well,
And
I can
also
just keep.
shout out to Companion. Oh my God, he was so good in Companion.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
amazing in Companion. He was,
Yeah.
you know, in
Yeah.
Companion, like I'm glad you brought up Companion because like I almost didn't want to see Companion because I feel like we were watching the same sort of like, okay, we had Megan and we
Mm,
had
yeah.
what's that movie with the woman
I
who's
know
in
who you're talking
Jennifer's
about.
Body.
Subservient or
You're
something.
right. And
Oh,
like you like, and so it was like kind of the same sort of things. And I like it. It's a sci-fi thing, and it's kind of like a Black Mirror episode. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but Companion, they kind of fucked with that formula,
Yeah,
and
they
they made it
did.
like a whole different thing. And
So
like,
well done.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was such a good movie that it kind of like was in its own cat. And everybody's like, it's good, it's good. And I'm like, I don't really. And then I watched it. I'm like, oh yeah, it was fucking
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
so
dug it a lot.
anyways, those are my suggestions. And because we just got out of, I'm also going to recommend book-wise, since we just got out of Thanksgiving, read a friend of the program, Shane Hawk's Never Whistle at Night, native short story, horror story, and anything by Stephen Graham Jones is going to blow your mind. So, Samantha, what do
Yeah,
you got?
okay. So categories. Give me the categories again.
Any
What?
categories
Literally
you want.
anything you
Oh, any
want.
category.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can
Movies,
really
music.
recommend anything you want.
So since you, Jonas had mentioned like Australian films and works of art, Wolf Creek. If you haven't seen Wolf
Oh
Creek,
yeah.
definitely see
God.
Wolf Creek. I know that's a little. What was that like 10 years ago or more? More probably,
It's
right?
it's
More.
it's it's more, but it has one of the most uncomfortable kill scenes,
Yeah, sure,
and
shit does.
it's the back, and like I've kind of like never like I watched that movie is so fucking good, and
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Yeah.
because it is so dark and like
Oh,
in just like a cold, vapid way, like they really pulled off like you
yeah.
feeling like ugh, like like yeah like
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. But let's see. TV series. I mean, I think we've probably already talked about Welcome to Derry. Probably, if you don't know that by now, like definitely see it. Stephen King loves to massacre poor
yeah
little kids. But
I
it's
love
really,
the opening. I love the first episode because
yeah,
I love it, but
yeah,
not to the crazy extent that most horror fans do. Like I enjoyed the new movies and I liked the original miniseries well enough.
yeah.
Um, and then when Derry came out, I was like, all right, well, it's kind of the same thing, a bunch of kids, and then like a second, I was like,
Oh,
oh shit.
oh shit. There's a
Wait,
lot
maybe
happening.
not. They
Yeah,
just murked a bunch of kids.
right.
yeah. There are no rules in that one.
So I was like, oh, and then the second episode has two of the best special effects moments I've seen this year in horror.
Yeah,
So
I'm a couple episodes behind,
me too. Those
but
are the
I'm
only
really
two I've
excited
seen.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good, good. I'm really excited to keep going though. But I just started watching the new Claire Danes series on Netflix about like a guy who supposedly got away with murder and moves in next door to her, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna write about him." It's pretty interesting so far. But the series that I just finished is a Devil in Disguise. It's the Peacock John Wayne
Hmm.
Gacy story.
Hmm.
And what I, as dark as the subject matter is, what I liked about it is I felt like they gave the victims the attention they deserved of like getting to know who they were and their families and how they were affected. And they didn't show it. They didn't go too far. Like Ryan Murphy goes pretty far. Like Dahmer was incredibly hard to watch.
Hmm.
Monster is like a lot of like that never fucking happened. But Laurie Metcalf as Ed Gein's mother is worth it just to see her because I think
100%, yeah.
she's one of the best actors of all time. Honestly, I've seen her in many many live like theater productions and she's brilliant. I don't. Did you watch the Ed Gein story, Monster? Have you
Yeah.
seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that her monologue was it episode 1 or 2. That monologue was phenomenal. I was like,
Yeah.
"Dear Lord, lady!" Like she knocked that out of the park for sure. But I did enjoy the Gacy series because I don't know. I mean, obviously, all of those glorified killers, they're all a bunch of assholes. But Gacy in particular, I'm like, what a piece of shit that human was. What
Hmm.
a narcissistic, egotistical fuck.
I think that there's different levels of hating these guys. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
I've always said that people are like, I'm like, I think Ted Bundy is just a fucking terrible person,
totally.
regardless. He was like a
Yeah,
neocon, and like he's like, you
yeah,
know what I mean? And people are like, oh, well, of course, because he was I'm like, he was a piece of shit, anyways. And then like,
yeah.
you know
And
what I
And then
mean?
you add in all that
murder.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you add in the murders. You know what I
And
mean?
on top of that, yeah.
And I feel like, even though Gacy was a local Democrat leader. He was, he was just
So
such a
crazy.
freaking gross dirtbag
Yeah.
that like, and I don't think ever really felt bad or like he
Not at
just like that was
all.
just his jam. You know what I mean? Like he
Right.
was just like, this is just what we do, right?
Right.
This is my shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's really weird when you like really kind of get down to like that sort of thing. Like most of these guys, like because I study serial, like I'm interested in serial killers. I do a lot of like I watch a lot more like real true crime than actual like
Yeah.
It's
Like
inspirational
reenactments.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like they're all such liars and such freaking
Yeah.
like they're all like they're like terrible on every level. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like it's
Right.
yeah. So and yeah, you watch about John Wayne Gacy and you're like, no, I actually hate him more
Yeah. Like
than I hate
what? I
David
mean,
Berkowitz.
right. They're all awful. And there's no excuse for any of it. But him, for some reason, he just irks me. But what I thought was really an incredible choice on their part was, if you haven't seen it, sorry, it's happened, spoiler alert. But the last episode, he wasn't even in the last episode, which
Mm.
I actually really love. You only like heard his voice from the other room, and it was all about the families. It was all about everything they had to endure, and how the families all went down to the prison the day that he was supposed to be executed. They had these like I don't know how many 30 people waiting in a room. Will come get you when it happens, and then they executed him. They didn't even bring the family up, but we as the audience watching the show didn't see that scene either. So in a way, it was just like an added, oh my goodness, what these poor people went through
Yeah.
on top of everything. But also, what a way to be like, this guy's such a piece of shit. We're not even putting him in the finale.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Y-
kind of cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is
Also, Samantha, if you haven't seen it, you should watch the movie Dear Mr. Gacy.
Oh, I have not.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
Canadian movie and it's about the kid that was pen pals with Gacy. It's a real story. It's about the kid that was pen pals with Gacy and tried to do it as like a college thesis. And then
Oh.
Gacy started inviting him for visitations.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, bad choice.
yeah, and
And
yeah,
Oh,
it truly shows how manipulative and how like twisty like he
yeah.
was in his piece of shitness. But also Gacy is played by William Forsythe and he fucking kills it. It's
Oh, okay.
such a good performance. But yeah, Dear Mr. Gacy, if you haven't seen it.
I'll check that out. Now there's a cat behind
Yeah,
you.
there's a wild
Hmm.
Avery behind you.
Avery sighting.
Nice. Now,
Yeah.
so books. You mentioned like plug your friends. I would love to plug my friend. My friend Jeff Heimbuck does a monster puppet character named Barry under your bed.
Oh
And
shit.
Barry is hysterical and it's just so wonderful and does a lot of my shows with me. Like he puts up with so much. He's like my rock whenever I'm like, oh my God, comedy's so hard. Like I message him and we battle it out together about like, we're in this together. And he's a freaking puppet. Well, Barry is the puppet. But so Jeff wrote a book called Barry Under Your Bed. It's a children's book. It's beautifully illustrated. It's just a really cool, scary but not actually scary children's book. And the book that I haven't read yet, but I'm really excited because I just got it off of eBay, is Legion, William Peter Blatty Legion,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the sequel. I'm
it's great.
really excited to read it. Yeah, because I love Exorcist 3. Like that movie's so dark. I would recommend Exorcist 3 if you haven't seen that movie. I mean, it's Chucky yelling at Patton. It's George C. Scott and Brad Dourif, right?
Yeah, right,
So
exactly.
pretty iconic. And then music, I would have to, you know what I've been listening to a lot of lately is White Bat. It's kind of like dark synthwave. It just puts
Ooh,
me in the mood. It's like it's horror synthwave kind of like you could picture the Final Girl running in the 80s. It's just kind of fun.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying John Carpenter's new album. We just saw him on Dia de los Muertos, which is really cool. And yeah, the new it's Lost Themes is his new album, and his son is on it as well. It was really
Love
good. It
that.
was really fun to see a lot of those live. And then just because I'm like I love them and I've gotten the chance to like get to know them over the years, Garbage is like my top band, and
Sure.
so
Fuck yeah.
I
Love
just
that.
saw them the other day and they're great. They're great. Like years ago, my friend was like, oh, do you want? And I remember like when the first record came out, I was obsessed with it. I used to sit by my little boombox so I could record Number One Crush from the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack off of the radio. And I love them so much. And my friend years ago was like, "Oh, do you want to come see Garbage with me?" Well, I said, "Of course." He said, "We'll probably go backstage." I said, "I'm sorry, what?" He's like, "Oh, no, like, my brother's their tour manager." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So, so I've gotten the pleasure of like getting to like hang a little bit and get to know them over the years, and they're just such wonderful, badass people. And
Love it.
their albums just get better and better and better. And there's not a lot of bands who just constantly evolve. Like, there's not one record that I don't like. So I like them all. It's great.
Love
Fuck
it.
yeah.
Love it.
What an excellent show.
Mm.
Please go
That
check
was
it
like
out.
a moment of silence for a
Well,
second.
it's just like one of those things where it's just like an excellent show where we talk to somebody like we're so
That we
fortunate.
like finally.
Yeah, we're so
Yay!
fortunate on this show to like to have this time with people and so thank you so much for
Thank
taking the time
you.
and
Please,
joining
if
us.
you ever need a spotter, bring me in, coach.
Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
we're way into that.
Yep.
Don't tempt us. And thanks for everybody else for listening.
We got a
we're changing some.
Patreon.
I'm getting there. We do have a Patreon. Thank you. We have such great listenership lately. It's been really cool. It's great to see. Thank you all so much for continuing to turn out every week to listen to us. We do have a Patreon if you are interested. If you go to Patreon and look up AGHP 666, you can find our Patreon, and we have a bunch of different tiers, everything from a $1 appreciation to a $20 bigger appreciation deal. If you are a higher donor, you do become a member of the Another Goddamn Horror Podcast Army of the Goddamned. Who are those people, Graham?
Join the army of the goddamned with Michael, Drew, Stephanie, Katie, Chris, Alan, Angela, Jasmine, Jason, Jake, Vivian, Ron, Kristen, Manny, Coleman, Jared, Michelle, and Brandon. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it. We want to thank
We really do.
We want to thank everybody globally, worldwide, who tunes in as well. It's pretty amazing. This week I am just going to give. I normally go down the list of all of them. This week I am just going to give Spotify listeners, solely Spotify listeners, because it's a little different.
All right.
On Spotify, the United States is number one, but way lower on it. Number two is Italy, and we haven't given enough love to Italy, but almost 40% of our Spotify listeners are from Italy.
Awesome.
And that is amazing. And really an honor because Italy is,
Horror iconic.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking Italy. You know what I mean?
Next week is Giallo week now.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to our Italian listeners. Thank you so much. You kick ass over even Australia, who comes in really high on all platforms, things, but like you're really killing it on the spot. I don't know if Spotify's a bigger thing in Italy than it is other places, but anyways, thank you. And then Canada coming in, that's the top 4 of the Spotify listeners, which is pretty amazing. But we do have all amazing. United Arab Emirates is still up there. China, Mexico, we got a good Mexican population listening, which just warms my soul. India, Turks and Caicos Islands still right in there. Whoever's listening on Turks and Caicos Islands,
Just let me know.
reach out, please. France, we have a great listenership in France, Poland, Brazil, the Netherlands, Ireland, Spain, Japan, Finland, the Czech Republic, Philippines, Puerto Rico, Taiwan, Ukraine, Russia. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you very much. The holidays are hard. Take care of yourself, please. This is all bullshit and a narrative that they create. If you can't buy your loved one a car with a $300 bow on it, you're fine.
Tell them a ghost story instead.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Exactly.
you're fine. We love you. Reach out and talk to somebody. We're not really doctors. We're more like street doctors. But but you can reach out. We love you. Please take care of yourself. Stick around too, please. We all need to do this together. Take care of yourself. Until we see you next time, please start some fires and break some glass.